Hello everybody, it's Dr. Akintate, and in this video I want to dispel a few myths about cholesterol, statin drugs, and heart disease. What I want to start with is stressing the fact that the body absolutely needs cholesterol. It needs cholesterol to produce hormones. It also needs cholesterol to keep the brain functioning properly. When people are prescribed these statin drugs, one of the main effects from the statin drugs is to actually block an enzyme that is responsible for helping to produce cholesterol in the body. And after a while, the body becomes so starved of cholesterol that it starts to affect the brain. And in particular, there's the myelin sheath that is mainly made up of cholesterol. What happens is the myelin sheath starts to diminish. And what it is doing, it is covering and protecting the nerve fibers in the brain. And once the myelin sheath has diminished so far to a certain degree, the nerve fibers become exposed and they start to become tangled. And then you have people developing issues with their memory. And if this continues and nothing is done and they stay on these statin drugs, they can be diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Okay? Again, the brain, mainly composed of cholesterol, has to have cholesterol. You have to have cholesterol again to produce hormones. Statin drugs, which a lot of people do not know because they usually make decisions based on fear, thinking that if they don't get their cholesterol down, they're going to develop heart disease. That is another false teaching in mainstream medicine, is that cholesterol levels produce, or high cholesterol levels produce heart disease. Cholesterol is not the enemy. It's not the cause. What actually causes heart disease is consuming these processed bottled oils. And we're talking about everything from soybean oil to corn oil. We're talking about even olive oil. These oils, when they're exposed to the light and the air, they begin to oxidize. And then when you consume them, it causes oxidation within your body and in your cells. And this oxidation causes, it can cause terrible inflammation within the body and within the arteries and your veins. And this inflammation leads to bleeding of these arteries. And what happens is the cholesterol that's circulating through the blood, and you can also have some calcium to do this too, but the cholesterol will go in and patch up those areas that are bleeding from the inflammation caused by the bottled oils in order to stop you from bleeding to death. It's trying to actually save your life. So once again, cholesterol is not our enemy, and the dangers associated, the so-called dangers associated with high cholesterol actually have been exaggerated. There are cultures that have much higher levels of cholesterol that is supposedly accepted within, say, the United States, and they don't have heart disease because it's not the cholesterol that is causing the heart disease. We have to look at the root cause, and we have to go further than just taking somebody's word for it. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to research. But there are certain things that we have been told that are just not true. And you shouldn't live in fear, and you shouldn't make decisions based on fear. So I want to recap again. We absolutely have to have cholesterol for the brain to function, for hormones to be produced within the body. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease. It is actually trying to save your life, and it has gotten blamed for heart disease. But again, the root cause of that is the consumption or the overconsumption of processed bottled oils of all types. And I want to also stress before ending this video the dangers of statin drugs. Now, statin drugs are one of the most dangerous drugs on the market. They can actually shorten your lifespan. And they do contribute as one of the main factors of a person developing Alzheimer's. So they are not what they are said to be. And you need to watch for that. You need to not just take somebody's word for it. And please understand again that cholesterol is our friend. It's not the cause of heart disease. And I just caution you again to reconsider. I would never tell anybody not to take medications. That's up to you and your medical doctor, but I want you to reconsider the information about statin drugs. Again, they are one of the most dangerous drugs on the market. Now, I hope this information has been helpful, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to listen. Have a great day.